isn't too much sauce, okay?
I feel amazing, a little sleep deprived, you know, a lot of sleep deprived. But it's okay, my eye twitching, it's cool. We gonna make it.
We gonna make it. We gonna make it. First day, no problem. Yeah, we are at Morningside Community Elementary School, and yeah, let's get this day started. That's all I can say.
Community school. What's special about Morningside is that it is called open concept. Have you ever been in an open concept school, which means it's a school without walls in the classroom? It was designed in the 70s. It's probably the least conducive setup to like learning possible. And it's actually, unfortunately, our two community schools in Pittsfield are both set up this way, without walls. That being said, our kids are in the open concept since kindergarten, and so they're pretty used to learning in an atmosphere where in each quad, and we can do a little tour, there are 8 classrooms. So it's like a constant buzz. Yeah.
So they like learn with like other noises?
Yes. So the classrooms are divided by partial walls, by bookshelves, by anything and everything we can to kind of separate the rooms. But because of that setup, it has become a priority here at Morningside to participate in common planning, where all of the teachers in a grade level are working together so that what's happening in every classroom is similar, if not exactly the same. And so it's like, so when an activity that's maybe higher noise level is happening, it's happening in all 4 classrooms. Or everyone's taking a test, it's happening in all 4 classrooms.
Yeah, so back in the 70s, California actually started this open classroom model, and they thought that it would be conducive just for that, for teachers to collaborate and for teachers to share students. So if some kids didn't get it, they could go with one teacher. The kids who really got it could go with another teacher, and there could be sharing of students. So our 2 schools were bought. But what's interesting is we're built that way. In Massachusetts, we have something called school choice, which means that you can actually apply to go to a public school in another district or within your district. And so many families will opt to choice out of our 2 community schools, Morningside being one, because of the open.
Which is curriculum, planning, and assessment. And under that, there's several categories that you guys are going to explore in a minute. The second being teaching all students, which is a large and somewhat impossible task, but teaching all students is standard 2. Standard 3 is both family and community engagement. And standard 4 is professional culture. So we could sit here, it's a huge document, and I could stand here and read it to you, but I told you we were going to model some best practices in teaching. So what I'm going to ask you to do is break up into groups of 3, and I'm going to have you explore a standard. This is the last thing you're going to do with us this morning. We'll count off, yeah. And what we're going to ask you to do is get real savvy in a particular standard, and then you're going to teach it to the rest of us. So there's
subcategories in this standard, so we all took one, and I'm going to explain indicator A. And it's basically to start off knowing your stuff. You have to educate yourself in order to educate other people. So the teacher has to know what they're talking about, the concrete information, and then be able to know your students, know how they learn, know their development, know where their weaknesses and their strong points are, and take that and make your curriculum and your lesson plans and make sure that they're rigorous enough that they meet the standards and every student is being challenged. So, for lack of better terms, not dumbing down the curriculum for students because everybody can reach that standard potential.